Good morning. It is 8:21 a.m. on Friday, October 29th, 2021. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. I am got a slightly different angle in roughly the same spot as yesterday, but I chose it because it was suggested on yesterday's video that it looks like I was recording from a prison. So now there's a fake tree to demonstrate that I'm clearly in a hotel instead of a prison. Um, Getting error messages on my computer. So, as far as the time, it is definitely an hour earlier than what my clock says. Time zones are actually kind of weird here in Arizona because big parts of the state just don't do daylight savings time, which, I mean, I don't object to that, like, in principle. I think it's probably the time has passed for daylight savings time. I'm not sure I'm persuaded that it's a good thing in general. That said, it is weird and contrarian to not do it when the rest of the country is doing it, especially when parts of your own state also feel like that it's weird and contrarian, and so they don't not do it. And so, just depending on where you go. Anyway, um, continuing to have a fun vacation. I feel like my eyes look really tired in yesterday's video. I think the first night here, I really didn't get much rest from my sleep, and it was the altitude was messing me up, and it's probably still somewhere in there, but I definitely did a lot better yesterday. So yesterday we continued to do lots more fun stuff. We did a helicopter ride, and that was very cool. It was my first time being in a helicopter, and then of course flying out over the Grand Canyon. I mean, it's all sorts of great views that and many of them are ones that angles that you couldn't possibly get from the ground because you're not on the ground, right? But what just boggles the mind with the Grand Canyon is just the scale. Like your brain just doesn't process it because you look down and it seems big, but then you hear it's like, oh no, you are 9,000 feet in the air, and it's like, what? What? It's like, see this cliff and that cliff that you can see really well? Those are 18 miles apart. Um, yeah, it just it's there's that classic quote that I had heard before, which was to say, it's pointless to try to describe the Grand Canyon to someone because those who haven't seen it won't believe you, and those who have know that there's no point in trying to describe it. um, yeah, and I think there's some merit in that, just because, like I said yesterday, it's one of those things where you can understand intellectually in advance that yes, it's very very big, and you can have seen some pictures and know, yeah, those pictures are impressive, but I also can understand that pictures often don't do things like that justice. But then you just standing in front of it and it's just like, whoa, it's very cool. I'm very glad that we're here doing it. And so what we did yesterday after the helicopter ride is we drove up the south rim, let's see, to the east a bit, up to a place called Cameron Trading Post, and we had lunch there at a fine little restaurant that's, I mean, it's a Navajo run restaurant because it's on Navajo land, and I guess it had some. I am not in a position to comment on the authenticity or lack thereof of anything. Some of the items on the menu said it was like Navajo fry bread and that sort of thing. I had some chili and some Navajo fry bread. It was very good. And so, but the decor inside was, I don't know, fancier than I expected. Not to imply that Navajo stuff can't be fancy, just because I mean the style was it it was what I think of as fancy restaurant style. In any case, we ate there, and then we spent the rest of the afternoon kind of coming back, stopping along the various, you know, locales. And and none of them do it justice, of course. But I'll be posting some later. Like, I'm not trying to focus too much right now on picking which pictures to post on social media, but I will definitely post some. And then last night, and we learned a couple of lessons in terms of how it might be done more comfortably and more effectively tonight. But you get away from some of the light pollution, and it's just incredible how many stars are up there, and you can see the Milky Way, and it's like just this realization is like, oh, all of those things are always there. You just can't see them, and it's this weird sort of almost surreal paranormal, not paranormal, like just but like alternate reality thing. It's interesting. Anyway, I'll go ahead and leave it there for right now, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.